Hello everyone, this is As Muhammad Khan and I welcome you in today's segment student. Today we will discuss the most interesting topic and it is directly related to our body student. It is nutrition in human being. So which mode of nutrition is found in the human being student? Which mode of nutrition we have? Yes, you are right. We have the holozoic mode of nutrition in which we take the ready-made food and that ready-made food is digested and absorbed inside our body. And this mode of nutrition is known as holozoic mode of nutrition. And if we speak about the eating habit of the human student, then we are omnivores because we can take both plant or animal products as food student. And what is food? Food is the organic substance that is taken by us, and with the help of that we get the energy, we repair the different body organs, and it also provides the immunity and it also helps in our growth. So food is important for our life. We can't survive without food, and God gives us the particular organs to digest the food or to absorb the food. And in this segment we will discuss about it. Like which mode of nutrition we have the holozoic mode of nutrition, and nutrition have the 5 different steps student. I. These are the 5 different steps. I for ingestion, D for digestion, A for absorption, A for assimilation, E for egestion. Means first we intake the food and after intaking we digest it. After the digestion that food is absorbed, and after the absorption with the help of the assimilation that food is utilized by our body. And after the utilizing there are the some food is removed by our body as waste, and that process is known as egestion. Now for these all steps we have the different organs in our body student, and those all organs are known as digestive organs, and they are found in our body as alimentary canal. And our alimentary canal is muscular organ student, muscular organ, and it is made up of muscles, and that muscle are covered by the epidermal part. With the epidermal student, the inner wall of the alimentary canal is covered by one membrane, and with the help of that membrane the whole digestive canal or the alimentary canal is protected. And what is it? It is mucus student. Mucus membrane is found at the inner wall of the alimentary canal, from which our whole canal is protected from the digestion student. Like there are many people who take the non-veg. They can digest the non-veg, but their alimentary canal can't be digested. Why student? Because it is also the contain the muscles, flesh it contains or meat it contains, but this is not digested. Why? It is due to the mucous membrane, and mucous membrane is found at the inner lining of the alimentary canal. Here it is found. Here whole inner wall of the alimentary canal contain the mucous membrane. Mucous membrane student. With this now we come on the nutrition. So the first part from which the food is introduced inside our body, it is our mouth student. We intake the food with the help of mouth, and the process that is involved in this, it is known as ingestion. After the ingestion, when the food enters in our buccal cavity student inside our mouth, then food starts its digestion. Means it is the first part where the digestion takes place. And what is it? It is the buccal cavity. In the buccal cavity, there are the some food items like the starch that is found inside the rice and the potato. It is digested inside the buccal cavity. And with the help of which enzyme, student? It is ptyalin or amylase. Amylase is the enzyme that is created by the salivary gland. Means when the food is entered inside the buccal cavity, then the salivary gland secretes the amylase enzyme, and that amylase enzyme helps to digest the starch food items, and that starch is converted into simple sugar. Now, what are the enzymes, student? Enzymes are the biochemical substances, and they work as catalyst, or they help us in the digestion, student. After this, inside the food, inside the buccal cavity, there are the teeth are formed. Those teeth are also help us in the digestion. With the help of them, what we do the churning, student. Churning we do means the teeth work as the mill, student. And after that, when the food is converted into simpler form, then the food comes into the pharynx. This part is known as pharynx, student. After the pharynx, student, there is one lid-like structure is found, and that lid-like structure is known as epiglottis. This epiglottis separate the pharynx and the larynx, student. Because the pharynx or the larynx are common, means it is the common passage from where the air as well as food is entered, and that passage is separated with the help of this important part, and this is known as epiglottis. Epiglottis is the cartilaginous lid, student. What is it? It is the cartilaginous lid, and it separates the food pipe from the windpipe. Means it closes the windpipe. Means when the food enters inside the food pipe, then it is closed. Means windpipe is closed with the help of epiglottis. Now, when the food comes inside the esophagus, student, inside the food pipe, then there is again one movement takes place in whole alimentary canal. There is one movement takes place, student. And what is it? In this, the contraction and the relaxation of the muscles of alimentary canal takes place. Means our alimentary canal muscles start the contraction, relaxation, due to which the food moves from one part to another, and that movement is known as peristatic movement, student. What is it? You write it. It is peristatic movement. With the help of peristatic movement, the food moves from one part to another. Now it comes, means the food comes to the stomach. Yes, student. Stomach is the J-like structure inside our body, and it has the bag form. It is found in the bag form, student, where the food is stored. Means it is the part where the food is stored, and it works as a meal. And which type of meal it works? It works as a grinding meal. Some food substances that we take, student, those are not grinded. So those substances that are not grinded inside our buccal cavity with the help of our teeth, those substances are grinded inside the stomach. That's why the stomach is also known as grinding mill of the alimentary canal, and it has the thick wall. And in this thick wall, there are many gastric glands are found, student. Gastric gland. From the gastric glands, the gastric juice and mucus is also secreted, student. And With this, in the gastric juice, there is one acid is found, and that acid is known as HCl, hydrochloric acid. Now this hydrochloric acid is introduced inside the stomach, and what it does, student, it kills the bacteria. Many times when those bacteria are unknowingly are entered inside our body, those bacteria or pathogen are killed with the help of HCl. And it also facilitates the digestion, student, means the digestion, and it also converts the complex food into simpler form. So it is the work of hydrochloric acid, and it increases the working of the enzyme, student. It increases the working of enzymes, means there are in the gastric juice there are mainly the two type of enzymes are found, from which mainly protein is digested. Means inside the stomach there is protein is digested, student, like the protein, like the egg protein or the pulses protein that we take, that protein is digested here with the help of one enzyme, student. That enzyme is known as pepsin. Pepsin digests the protein, it converts the protein into amino acid, means the simpler protein, student. With this, it also digests, means the stomach's one enzyme that is known as renin. Renin digests the milk protein, student, the product that are made by the milk or milk is digested with the help of one enzyme, and that enzyme is known as renin, and it also converts the protein into amino acid. After the digestion of the protein, there is again the peristaltic movement is found inside the stomach, and food moves towards the small intestine. Small intestine is the largest canal, student, means its length is largest. It is the most largest canal of the alimentary canal, student, and in this again the digestion takes place. Means all the nutrients that we take, like the carbohydrate, protein, fat, are digested with the help of intestinal juice, student, with the help of the enzymes, and these enzymes are secreted with the help of this pancreas, student, pancreas. With this, there is again one juice is secreted, that is secreted from the liver, and that is known as bile juice, and that bile juice also introduced inside the intestine, and it also facilitates the digestion, means the bile juice facilitates the digestion of fat, because it helps in the emulsification of the fat, student. With this, there are some other enzymes are also work, like trypsin. Trypsin digests the protein. Trypsin digests the protein. Amylase digests the carbohydrate, and lipase digests the fat. So these are the three enzymes that are introduced inside the small intestine, and these nutrients are digested inside it. With this, there are many finger-like projections are found inside the small intestine, student. There are finger-like projections at the inner wall of the small intestine. Here, at the inner wall of the small intestine, there are the finger-like projections are found, and these finger-like projections are known as villi, student. What we call them? Villi. And villi also contains the finger-like projection, and what we call them, student, they are known as microvilli. And inside the villi, student, there are the blood vessels are found. There is the bunch of blood vessels are found in the form of blood capillaries. And what is the function of the villi inside the small intestine, student? They help in the absorption, means the food is absorbed inside the small intestine with the help of finger-like projection that are known as villi, student. So it is about the absorption, means it is the only organ, means the small intestine is the only organ where the digestion and the absorption both takes place. After this, the remaining waste food comes into the large intestine. It is the broad canal, student. It is the broad canal, and it has the colons. And what it does, it absorbs the water, means water is absorbed with the help of large intestine. And there is one another organ is also attached with this, that is known as appendix. Now this appendix has become the vestigial organ, student, because generally which type of food we take the cooked food. That's why there is no use of this particular organ, and now it is found as vestigial organ inside our body. After this, the food comes into the rectum, student, and in the rectum again water is absorbed, and with this there is mucus is released. Yes, student, in the small intestine and the large intestine there is mucus is also released, from which the waste food is removed by our body via anus, and this process is known as egestion. Now assimilation means the villi absorb the food, and after the absorption that food comes into our blood, and inside the blood it is supplied to different organ, and those organ utilize it for the different purposes, and this process is known as assimilation. So egestion takes place with the help of anus, and anus have the sphincter muscle, student, and with the help of those sphincter muscles contraction or relaxation we remove the waste food from our body. So it is about the journey of food inside our body, student, and it is about the nutrition, holozoic nutrition in human being. Now you will try to cover this topic, you will try to maintain the notes, and you will also draw this diagram in your notebook. So thank you very much and have a pleasant day.